joining us for an exclusive interview. I believe his first TV appearance is Zhao Changpeng, who's the CEO of one of the world's biggest crypto exchanges, Binance. Great to have you on with us. We'll carry on with the regulatory challenge, right? Because you obviously had to relocate from China to Tokyo, where you are now, as a result of the crackdown in China. We're also just today hearing that, South Korea's government is beginning discussions on potentially a shutdown of crypto exchanges. So how much of a real kind of threat to your very existence or the existence of your business do these regulatory overtures make?
Yeah, it does make a lot of impact to our business, but I don't think there's any particular threats. Korea exchanges are still operating right now. It's just that there's a potential ban. We don't know what the extent are, and we are actually away from that, so we should be okay for now. But it does probably impact some of the Korean exchanges. I've been trying to talk to them. They haven't responded to my requests yet, so we'll see how that happens.
Okay, but is there a feeling that the sort of ring is closing in terms of, tell me first of all why you chose to move to Tokyo and what the sort of events that led you to leave China were?
Okay, so in China, it's very clear that it's no longer allowed, and the government is against it, or at least there are policies that's hinting towards against it. So we generally don't like to go up against governments. So we moved out of China. We're actually not, I'm in Tokyo right now personally, but we are actually spread out around a few different locations. We have a presence in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and other island countries. So I think basically it's a little bit tough to decide where you want to be in this kind of environment. But before it was cryptocurrency exchanges are allowed, or at least they're not allowed. But now things are becoming tighter, so we just have to play by ear and see.
Okay, I mean, the demand is obviously there, right? You guys had to halt new registrations. If I'm not wrong, you've recently restarted limited registrations. Do you think you'll get to a point you'll be able to open it up again?
Yes, absolutely. So the demand is extremely strong. We opened registration for an hour yesterday, and 240,000 users registered within an hour. So we're growing basically a couple of million every week in terms of users. We did not expect this kind of growth, to be honest. And our current core system is actually okay. Our exchange matching engine is actually really fast. But some of the other parts we're actually not catching up, especially on customer service. We would like to provide the kind of customer service that Bloomberg is able to provide, but right now we can't. So we're kind of holding a little bit, but we're actively ramping up our bottlenecks. So we're actively fixing that. So probably within a couple of weeks, we'll be able to fully open again, and we'll see how much flood comes in.
What kind of users are applying for new registrations? I mean, where are you seeing, I guess, the most growth? Are these individuals? How much money are they putting through? I'm just curious to get an idea of the inflows that you're seeing. So
our user demographics typically much more heavier on male, around 25 to 35 age range, and I can't judge the income because we don't really have a lot of that data. But there are a lot of my just perception. I haven't done the analysis, but the perception is basically there's a lot of guys with a lot of money. Guys typically move $10,000 to $100,000 each day, trading, or some of them are even much bigger. So they're very active trading.
Okay, and they're mostly retail, or
in terms of countries,
have some institutional as well?
Yes, we're beginning to getting a lot of interest from institutional investors. People are asking us for corporate verifications and also corporate features where there's sub-accounts under a main account, different kind of risk management. So we're getting that a lot now. Most of them are still trading under one single account, but the verifications are corporate verification. So we look at the corporate registration, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of institutions now, and they're big.
Yeah, and you were just about to tell me what countries you're seeing the most interest in.
Right. So exchanges over time. Initially, when we started in China, China was our biggest country in terms of user geographic. And because of the China ban, we moved out of China. Now China's like fourth or fifth on the rank. US is pretty big. Japan's pretty big. Korea is pretty big. And a lot of the European countries like UK, Germany, Italy, they're all very big. I think we're one of the very unique businesses where from the beginning, we were spread out. Our users are spread out around the world. I think this is what blockchain allows, and it's very interesting. And actually servicing this kind of mix of users is actually very challenging.
What do you use to gauge, the Bitcoin rally or the sell-off, right? Do you look at technicals? Do you look at the number of new account openings, the regulatory overtures? It's very hard, I think, for an outsider to work out how you assess the fundamentals of this asset.
Right. So different people do it different ways. For me personally, I really look at trading volume. When the trading volume is high, and that means a lot more people are getting into Bitcoin or this cryptocurrency industry, usually price rise follows. When the volume shrinks a little bit, price usually declines a little bit later. And actually in itself, the Bitcoin price itself is a very accurate index of the entire industry. So basically, given that Bitcoin price has been rising like crazy, that basically means more and more that amount of people have joined this industry. So that's basically how I judge it.
Right. And we heard from Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, overnight saying that Bitcoin is headed for a bad ending. What does he not understand? What does Jamie Dimon not understand? What does Janet Yellen not understand when it comes to crypto?
Right. So I think Jamie admitted he was wrong. And in fact, in a smaller TV interview with a local blog, I said he was wrong 2 months ago. So actually, it was good that he admitted he's wrong now. Warren Buffett is a guy I truly respect from an investment point of view. I think he knows stock investment, equity investment very well. But I do not think he understands cryptocurrency at all. So it is what it is. I still respect him in other parts of his expertise. But I think on cryptocurrency, he's making a big mistake.
And just quickly, what's next for your business?
For us, so before, in 2017, our goal was to become #1 exchange in the world. But that was for the goal for 2018, but that's achieved already. So I think right now for us, we are falling behind on customer service a little bit, and we just want to keep up the good service. So I did work in Bloomberg before, and I know Bloomberg has superior service. So that's kind of the benchmark service level we want to get to. So that's really the goal now. For all of 2018, that's a very long time for us. So we can't really predict that far. We'll just have to see.
It's a long time in crypto land, but yeah, it sounds like you need to set some new goals if you've already achieved your 2018 goal at the start of the year. Thank you so much for joining us, Zhao Changpeng, who's the CEO of one of the world's biggest crypto exchanges, Binance, there speaking exclusively to Bloomberg.